Okay. The idea is that you will solve approximately 6 questions with me. 6 questions means 2 attempts. Okay. Plus, you people, besides this, you people will solve 3 more papers in these remaining 20 days. So technically, our aim is to solve 15 questions. You will solve 6 questions with me, and you will solve 9 questions on your own. So the latest past paper and the few questions from the mock we will solve in these classes. And the idea is to solve the remaining 9 questions from the other latest past papers in those remaining days. So if you solve 15 questions with full theory, with full numerical, with full report, you will make the exam. You will make it. Inshallah, you will pass the exam. So now only 20 days are remaining. So we can't focus on quantity of the questions. We can only focus on the quality of the questions. So it's my request, say, that don't take the burden of the AFM. Don't think that you have to cover that, you have to cover that. Just think in a very lighter way, like I will solve 15 questions, 6 questions with a tutor, 9 questions is your responsibility. Plus, in the remaining days, you will at least cover quickly the syllabus at least one time. Plus, you will watch the theory videos. That's it. That should be your plan. Do not think beyond this, that I have solved 2011 question. Some finance guru has recommended that I should solve 30 questions, and one question is from 2007 attempt, 2012 attempt. No, you don't have time. 15 questions, 6 questions with me, 9 questions at your own. And all should be from the latest attempt, from 2023, 2022 attempt. That's it. Okay, I know. If you solve the old questions, there can be some resemblance in exam, but you don't have time. So if you cover the syllabus, if you watch the theory videos, plus fully, with full coverage, if you solve the 15 questions, you are going to pass. Nobody can stop you. But if you take the pressure, try to solve 30, 40, 50 questions, can't do anything. Literally, you will not pass the exam if you try to solve 30, 40, 50 questions at this time. Because humanly, this is not possible. What you will do, you will read the question and go to the answer. Read the question and go to the answer. That's not going to help. Okay. So the idea is, if you can write somewhere, first idea is to solve 15 questions. Second idea is at least cover syllabus one time, at least. Third, watch all the theory videos. Time management is a challenge. Yes, I know. So whenever you're stuck somewhere, take the assumption and move on. Because you can't be perfect. You know, in ACCA, the good thing is the examiner doesn't require us to be perfect. He wants us to be like an average student. We need only 50% marks to pass. So whenever you're stuck, and if any point, any requirement is taking some time, take the assumption and move on. Because if you go for perfection, you will not complete the exam. Wherever you're stuck, take assumption, move on. Take assumption and move on. That's the only way. For example, first requirement is weighted average cost of capital. And in WAC, you unable to calculate the KD. Assume the KD figure, put in the WAC, calculate WAC, although that WAC is incorrect. But you will still get marks. Only the KD marks will be deducted. For all the remaining, you will get the marks. It's natural. Everybody will struggle in the theory. Even now, even practically. The good student, the ideal way to prepare theory is at least study all the notes for the theory. Then whenever there is a question and exam, try to write that question by yourself. Today we are solving a question. Try to write the theory by yourself. Then go to the answer. Then compare with or match with the answer. The problem with all of us is we read the requirement and we immediately move to the answer. Okay, this is the standard answer. This is requirement. This is standard answer. Oh, I can't write this. No, at least try to write something, then compare with the answer. Believe me, if examiner is writing 10 points and you are able to write 5 to 6 points, that is enough. That is success. Okay. So let's start this question. Let's try to write this theory. And the good way and the ideal way of today's class is please open the ACCA practice platform with me and open the March-June 2024 question. Open the March-June 2024 question. This is the best way. Okay, please open ACCA practice platform, or if you don't have the access, please open the Excel and Word file. Let's solve it. And we will try to solve the theory as well. Okay. So let me start the question. So this is March-June 2024. These are the instructions. Question number 1 is 50 marks. Question number 2, 50 marks, obviously, but there will be 2 questions in section B. Yes. Okay, this is a question. Okay, if you quickly look at the exhibit, company name, intra-group settlement, divestment, first phase of the port regeneration project, we unable to get that what is the topic. But let's go to the requirement. Easy. Okay. I will take all of your question at the end of this session. Please open the ACCA practice platform and let's try to solve this question. I will answer all your queries at the end of today's session. Don't worry about those. Pareshan mat ho. I will answer all the queries. Don't take tension. This is your another opportunity to prepare for the exam. So be confident, smile, be happy, okay? खुश हो, मौका मिल रहा है तुम्हें कैरी करने का, परेशान हो जा रहे हो. Always think positive, right? This is your chance. We will meet like in next 6 classes. So you have enough chance to pass the exam. Believe me. Okay, the first requirement, explain. Let's start the question. First requirement. Explain why countries might impose protectionist measures on import. So this area is tested from multinational theory. And this chapter is available in our notes. This chapter is available in every Kaplan or VP book. So it's a multinational theory. So explain why countries might impose protectionist measure on imports and the possible economic benefits if ACCA forms a custom union with its neighboring countries. Okay, let's assume you didn't cover this theory. Now we have to answer from our own knowledge. Let's assume. Let's read it again. Explain why countries might impose protectionist. Protectionist means you want to protect yourself. Mayor on imports. That means you want to protect your country from the imports. So what you will do? You will apply certain taxes, custom duties, tariff, quota on the imports. So the countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all of these countries have a serious threat from China. By the way, all the other countries, even America has a threat from the China, but I'm just giving you the name of these countries because we all belong to these countries. So what our government normally do, they apply certain taxes, duties on the imports just to protect the new industries, infant industries of your country. For example, our government has newly started auto industry, but it is cheaper to import car from China rather than manufacturing your own car in your country. So what will happen? Nobody will buy from you. Everybody will import. And there are serious threats of import. It will cause import. It will cause trade deficit. Your money is going outside. You are paying foreign currency to other countries. So that's why government protect the infant industries, new industries, just to protect the business of your locals, just to protect the jobs of the locals, just to create industrialization, just to create benefit for your own country. So that's why government put the protectionist measure. Protectionist measure means you will put taxes, import duties, quota, tariff on the imports. Okay. So what is this custom union? Custom union, like if neighboring countries, like if we, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, they make a union with each other, that we, all of these 4 countries or 5 companies, Afghanistan and the other countries, we will trade with each other on these bases. So we make a custom union. So what we will do? For example, India is specialized in auto industry. And for example, Pakistan is specialized in other industry. For example, Pakistan is specialized in agri industry. Bangladesh is specialized in, for example, rice industry. So they will improve their own industry and they will sell across the countries. So Pakistan will sell their agri products to India. India will sell their auto products to Pakistan or Bangladesh. Bangladesh will sell their rice products to Pakistan and India. So if we have a custom union, we will give each other the favorable tax status. So there will be no kind of a restriction on the imports. So with each other, we can promote the trade business. And at the same time, we can also negotiate that for these industries, there will be no custom union. For example, if Pakistan want to protect its, for example, bike industry, so Pakistan will say that we will not import bike from India or Bangladesh. For example, India wants to protect its cement industry. India will say that we will not import cement from Pakistan. So custom union is you can negotiate with other countries and you can set a kind of a free trade between different countries. So it will increase the specialized industry of your country. It will give the employment benefits because then there is a huge customer. For example, let me give you the example. You know, the cement industry, which is locating in Pakistan, Punjab, when we have an open trade with India, so there is a huge market, huge customer base from India. The Indian customers normally import from the Pakistani companies. And similarly, if there is an open trade, there's a huge benefit for the Indian companies. Pakistani customers can import goods from the India. Similarly, the other countries as well. So custom union will increase this benefit. So you can write these economic benefits. So although we didn't study from the book, but just by thinking these words into your mind, you can make your own benefits. The bad answer is you will leave it. You will say that, okay, I don't know anything. Just think, custom union. Union is something grouping. So just now read. If ACCA is the name of the country, forms a custom union with its neighboring countries. So neighboring countries is Pakistan, India, Bangladesh are neighbors. So if we make a custom union, we will do trading with each other. So what will happen? It will increase the benefit for the locals. They will get cheaper products. It will increase the benefit for the specialized industry. And at the same time, if you want to protect your own industry, you can negotiate that, okay, we will do trading for everything, but not for these things, because we want to protect our local industries as well. So this is custom union. And it is quite common in European countries with each other. They do this trading with each other. So it is quite common in GCC. It is quite common in North America, different states. So this is question number 1. Obviously, I just explained it. In theory, you will write at least 2 paragraphs on this. 1 paragraph on the protectionist measure and 1 paragraph on the custom union. B part, prepare a report for the board of directors of Mahoney company. So we need to prepare a report for the board of directors. Calculate the impact on intra-group cash flows if multilateral netting. So technically it's a netting question. Multilateral netting means non-group companies are also part of netting. Is used to settle outstanding balance. So this is multilateral netting, but intra-group. It's inside of the group. So if you are doing netting with different companies, that is multilateral netting. So it's a very simple question. It's a very simple question. If you see the question, you will recall every other question of netting. To be honest, it's that simple. Calculate the result of using the forward and future market to hedge the disposal proceed from the divestment of Olivria Co. Then briefly discuss using the result from part 1 and part B, the advantage and disadvantage of policy to settle intra-group balances. So you need to write the advantage and disadvantage of netting. And it's straightforwardly given in notes. Further, the forward and future market would be a better choice to hedge. It's a straightforward theory. Believe me, it's a straightforward theory. Compares an NPV in euro of the regeneration in ACCA when either the currency swap or the currency option is used to hedge the project cash flows. It's exactly the same copy question from the past paper. It's this requirement is the same copy question from the past paper. Discuss using the result from part 4 above, whether the currency swap. Okay. Currency swap normally creates a tension. Whenever you see the word currency swap, it's always like, okay, some difficult topic has been tested. No, believe me, currency swap is the most easiest topic of the complete risk management. I will show you. Currency option would be a better choice to hedge the risk associated with the project. The assumption made when estimating the regeneration of project NPV, so the assumption of the NPV, whether the regeneration project should be undertaken, professional marks will be awarded for the demonstration of skills in communication, analysis, skepticism, and commercial acumen in your answer. So we will also discuss that how to take these marks. These are 10 marks. So let me read the question. Mahoney company is a listed holding company based in Eurozone. So European Union company. The company and its subsidiaries specialize in large-scale infrastructure projects around the world. So it's building large projects, airports, roads, and the big mega projects, dam. Mahoney company board is due to review an investment proposal after being invited to work on a regeneration project by the government of ACCA. The objective of the project is to significantly improve the capacity of the ACCA largest shipping port. Largest shipping port. Okay. So, by the way, I'm working in a company that is also a large-scale infrastructure development company, and we also have a project of this developing shipping port. And it's a billions of dollar project. ACCA has a relatively closed economy with significant protectionist measure. Closed economy means it's difficult to import from abroad. With significant protection measure on imported goods and services. ACCA agriculture sector is the country's main source of employment and has benefited to a large extent from its protectionism. By the way, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, all have controlled environment. All are closed economy. It's very difficult to import products from outside in these countries. But if you are living in GCC, it's easy to import something from Amazon, from other websites, from US. It's not that much closed. But for these countries, it's a closed economy. Even if you want to pay outside, it's very difficult. So MSc agriculture sector is the country's main source of employment and has benefited to a large extent from its protectionism. So if you have put the restriction on the import, your agriculture industry is being protected. The new government has announced a series of reforms designed to boost economic growth and tackle an unsustainable budget deficit. So you are also facing a budget deficit. What is budget deficit? Your tax collection is lower, your spending is higher. Budget deficit क्या होता है? Your tax collection is lower, you're collecting lower taxes, but you're spending higher. And the country's high unemployment rate. So there's little job creation. As part of the reform, the government is keen to establish a custom union with its neighbors. So why you want to develop a custom union? To generate the employment. Okay. The principal objection to this proposal is to harm. It might cause to the growth of the a new car manufacturing industry. But if you completely do the open custom union, nobody will buy car from your industry. Everybody will import from outside. So you also have to protect this. Other topic to be discussed at the next week board meeting include how to hedge the disposal proceed from the divestment. Divestment means you are selling something of the Brazilian subsidiary, Olivria, and intra-group settlement Mahoney company expect to receive from its Canadian subsidiary, Yesco. These funds are not expected to be available for 6 months. So you will receive fund after 6 months, but will be used to repay a bridging loan. Bridging loan is, it's a kind of a short-term loan, which you will take because for example, today is 1st January and you are expecting your funds on 1st July. So there's a gap of 6 months. So you are taking loan for 6 months. That is a bridge loan. Okay. Because your own money will come after a few months. That's why you're taking loan. Okay, this is today is 1st February. Mahoney company manages financial risk on behalf of the group, including a settlement of intra-group balances. The company has recently introduced a policy to use multilateral netting to settle any balances owed between the companies within the group. The base currency is the euro. Following balances are owed today between Mahoney company and 3 of its subsidiaries. Subsidiaries are Yesco based in Canada, Imran Co based in Pakistan, and Olivria Co based in Brazil. So PKR, Brazilian currency, Canadian dollar, all are given. We have to convert everything into the euro. So rates are given 1.31, 218, 5.21. Group policy require balances to be settled in the order that the company owing the largest amount in euro, the company which has a largest negative balance, will settle with the company owed to the smallest amount in euro. Okay. Group policy also requires settlement to be paid in next 6 months. So this is quite a simple question. It's a very simple question. If you recall, there is a question called Kenduri Co. This question is almost copy of that. Even the last name of the companies were same. It's quite similar. Okay, next is. Today is 1st February. Mahoney company has found a buyer for Brazilian subsidiary. So you are seller. The buyer is still negotiating the purchase price, but the current expectation is that sale will generate net disposal proceed of 650 million, which could be payable on 31st July. You can also write on this that maybe you are unable to get this 650 million because you are still negotiating. It is your assumption that you will get it. Okay. The trading manager is concerned about the exposure to the transaction risk and has identified the forward and future contract as possible method of hedging the transaction. So simple question, 6 month forward is given, March, June, September is given. You are receiving your money on 31st July. So which contract you will choose? September, obviously. Future contract can be assumed to mature at the month end. Basis can be assumed to diminish to 0, but we know that in future there would always be a basis risk. The number of contract to be used should be rounded to the nearest whole number. If the amount cannot be hedged using the exact number of future contract, amount unhedged or overhedged should be hedged using forward contract. So we have to do the overhedging or underhedging. Okay. The last exhibit, and this is the bigger one. But it is also a copy of the past paper. ACCA currency is a dollar, American dollar, which is currently trading at $12 per euro. The investment proposal represents the first phase of the long-term regeneration project. Assume that Mahoney company will complete the work for the first phase immediately at an investment cost of 1,800 million. This is the cost. Then operate the port for the first 3 years in return for an annual operating fee. Guys, even if you recall the currency swap lecture, I have also assumed the 3 years. In year 0, investment. In year 1, 2, 3, normal return. In year 3, the full return. Even the lecture example is same. Okay, $1,800 is the investment. 3 year is the return period. The fee is based on the expected volume, the traffic throughout the port, Okay, this 90, 92 and 94 is the income you will receive from the port. Okay, by the way, if we make the custom union, with our neighboring countries, will there be an increase in income or decrease in income? Just read it. Just read this highlighted part. And please tell me, if we able to get the custom union contract with neighboring countries, the net operating fee, the income from port will increase or decrease? It will increase because there will be a huge traffic flow. There will be an increase in traffic of trade between different countries. Higher the trade volume, higher the activities on the ship, on the port. Custom union badhegi. If there is a custom union, if there is an increase in trade flows between countries, so there will be an increased activity on the port. All the trade activities will be conducted on port, right? Okay. Remember this point in discussion. At the end of the 3rd year, ownership of the project will be transferred to the American government in return for 2,900 million. The finance sector therefore expects the project to generate the following cash flow. The board intends to finance the project with a loan, but the trading manager is concerned about the foreign exchange risk of the project. Mahoney company bank has suggested arranging a currency swap with another company. Swap would be for the initial investment cost, 1,800 million initial investment cost, with the swap of principal immediately, and then a swap back in 3 years' time. And both swap rate is $12. $12 per. Okay. Then expected annual inflation rate is given. Relevant discount rate is given. Company CEO question whether the currency swap rate in 3 years' time would be beneficial based on the expected future direction of the exchange rate. As an alternative to the currency swap, he suggested using a 3-year currency option for the purpose of hedging the final year 3 cash flows. Option for all the year 3 cash flows. Remember, swap will only be for the initial equivalent to the initial investment cash flows. Swap होगा 1800 के लिए बस. Swap will only be for the $1,800 million cash flows. But the option is for all the cash flows of year 3. For all the cash flows of year 3. Based on the option premium, 11 million euro. So good thing is, examiner is kind enough, he has calculated the option premium, which is payable immediately. The exercise price is $14.1 per euro. So we need to decide whether we should exercise or not. So this is the question. I don't know why BSOP calculator is given, because after reading the requirement and the full question, nothing is mentioned about the Black-Scholes model. It is given just to create confusion among the students. Have you seen anything about volatility? Risk-free rate, volatility? Nothing, right? So there is no use of BSOP calculator here. If volatility is given in exam, then you should be alert. Then there is an alert. I will repeat everything. Let's try to solve numerical of the question first. Then we will solve the theory. Okay. So please open the intra-group settlement exhibit. And spreadsheet. Okay. Okay. Which part is this? Part B. Part B and first part. Part B and first, right? So in report question, always start with appendix. Appendix 1. Intra-group settlement. Okay. Now please open this. First of all, write the exchange rate. Canadian over euro dollar, PKR over euro and BRL over euro. Okay, 1.31, 218.1692, 5.213. Write the exchange rate. Now, if possible, write all these transactions, because we will convert and immediately solve it. Code by code. Mahoney company. Okay. Now simply copy paste here. Imran ko in the last here. Okay. And Mahoney. Okay. Now write amounts in millions. $5,913, 160, 86, 3713, 456, 138, 139, 504. Okay. Now 5913 is PKR. So PKR divided by this is euro. Euro million. Okay. 160 is BRL. So this divided by 86 is Canadian dollar. 3713 is PKR. 456 is BRL. 138 is euro. It's already euro. Keep it same. 139 is, sorry, it's only 39. 39 is Canadian dollar. It's 39. Let me correct it. 504 is BRL. So 27, 30, 65, 17, 87, 138, 29, and this. Now let's make the table. Let's make the table. Write the name in sequence. Mahoney Company, YS Company, Imran Co. There was one more, Olivria. Okay. Now the receipt downward. Let me copy it one step down. Payment down. Okay. And receipt across. Receipt across. Okay, first one. Mahoney Company will pay 27 million to the Imran Co. So under the Mahoney Company and in front of the Imran Co. 27. Mahoney Company will pay 30.69 to the Olivria. $30.69 under the Mahoney in front of the Olivria. Mahoney Company will pay is 65.65 to the YS Company. YS Company will pay 17 million to the Imran Co. Under the YS in front of the Imran Co. YS Company will pay 87 to the Olivria. Vice company will pay 138 million euro to the Mahoney company. Imran company will pay 29.7 to the Vice company. And Imran company will pay 96.68 million to the Olivre company. That's it. So let me write the total receipts, total payment, receipts, sum of all transaction on the left side. You can also do two decimal round off. Then write the total receipt here. We should have a pay special function here. Okay, payment is in negative, receipt is in positive. So this minus this. This should be your answer. Okay, payment should be in negative, receipt should be positive. So I think I have done wrong. This should be this minus this. Now it would be correct. Netting, net amount. Net amount. Okay. So which company owes the highest amount? Yes company. So this company will pay first of all to the Mahoney company and then pay to the Livra company. Because the company which has the highest outstanding balance firstly pay to the company which has the lowest receivable. So this yes company will pay to the Mahoney company, then will pay to the Olivria company, and Imranco will pay to the Olivria company. The question is saying that largest owing should settle the lowest owed first. That is just for the theory. You will solve the question in this way. Then in the comments, you will say, who is the largest owing? Yes company will pay, first of all, to the Mahoney company, 14.56 million. Whatever the remaining amount, 132, 133, that will be paid to the Olivria company. And Imranco will pay its all amount to the Olivria company. Calculate the result of using the forward and future market. So this is appendix number 2. Okay, what was that? What is the foreign currency? 650 million BR. 650 million BR. $650 million. Okay. Let's do the forward. Forward rate is BRL over Euro. Okay, it's a receipt. So we will use 5.3117. This is the amount. Next is future contract. Okay. Contract is in euros. So we will receive BRL, we will sell BRL, and we will buy euros. Buy euro future. September contract. Uh, 5.3427. 5.3427. 5.3427. So the first step is, we know that foreign currency is 650. Second step is buy future. How do you know that's a buy future? We are receiving BRL, Brazilian currency. We will receive BRL, we will sell BRL. So that means we will buy the euro. So buy euro. Okay, we are receiving amount in 31st July. After the 31st July, which month is September? Okay, September is the month. So let's calculate the number of contracts. 650 BRL. Okay, before the number of contracts, let's write the contract size. Contract size is in euros. Uh, 0.5 million. Okay. So 650 BRL, but the contract size is in euros. So we will divide it with opening future. That will convert it into euros and then divide with this. So it will be approximately 243.32. The number of contracts. 243.32 approximately. Okay, always use the opening future. Sometimes examiner can use the other rate. For example, examiner can use the lock-in rate for the number of contracts, but don't worry about that. It's a 243 contracts. Okay. Write the spot rate. That is 5.2171. And what are the total months? Today is 1st February and you are doing the contract on 31st, 30th September. So count the months. 8 months. And remaining months. You are executing contract on 31st July. So August, September, 2 months are remaining. So what is the lock-in rate formula? Opening future minus, bracket start, opening future minus current spot into remaining months divided by total months. So it is 5.3113. That's the lock-in rate. This is the lock-in rate. 5.3113 is the lock-in rate. Okay. Now the last step, final outcome. How many contracts you have done? Expected receipt. It's a case of receipt, right? Whenever there is a receipt question, always calculate answer in your home currency. So how many contracts you have done? Sir, 243. What is the size of one contract, sir? 0.5 million euros. So you will receive 121.5 million euros. You will receive 121.5 million euros. And what you have to deliver? Payment to exchange. And payment to exchange will always be in foreign currency. If you get 121.5 million euro, you have to deliver Brazilian currency at lock-in rate. So how much you have to deliver? 645 million. But what is your actual receipt? 650 million. So you have some excess amount. Surplus amount. How much? You will sell this amount at forward rate. Brazilian currency divided by forward rate is 5.3042. 5.30. So your expected receipt is 122.38 million. 122.38 million. Okay. Let me write it again. Let me do it again. Whether you are solving options, the normal option, whether you are solving options, whether you are solving future. If examiner is saying that you have to do the under hedging or over hedging, how you will do it? It's a very important point. Next 2 to 3 minutes are very important. If an examiner asks us that you have to do under hedging, over hedging. Okay, fair enough. I will do. How to do it? Write the outcome word or the final answer word or the final receipt word. Just after writing this outcome, just think. Your answer should be in the home currency. आपने home currency में answer निकालना है. Your final answer should always be in your home currency. So what is your home currency? Euro. Okay. Go to the question and just check. It's a case of receipt or payment? Sir, it's a case of receipt. So simply write receipts. How many contracts? 243. What is the number of, what is the size of the contract? 0.5 million euro. So if you multiply these two, answer is in home currency or foreign currency? Sir, home currency. Okay, you will get 121.5 million euros. Okay, fair enough. If you are getting euros, you have to pay the other currency, right? Currency is always trading in pair. If you are getting one, you have to pay other. If you are paying other, you will get one. So if you are getting euros, you have to pay the other currency. Select this, multiply with the lock-in rate. So I have to pay 645.32 Brazilian currency to exchange. Okay, how much I have? 650. Sir, how do you know? Look, you have written above. 650. So you have 650, but you only have to pay 645. So what is the excess amount? Surplus amount, 4.67. So what you will do with the surplus amount? Sell surplus amount at forward. And for selling, we will always, okay, it's a selling. Okay, for selling, we will always divide with the higher rate. Sorry, we will use a higher rate, not the lower rate. Previously, I think I have taken the lower rate. So both are in flow. This is the answer. Correction kar le, please. Okay, this is the answer. Okay. This is the answer. In currency future, we will not calculate gain loss. We will not close the future because closing future is not given. Or closing spot is not given even. Appendix 3. Calculate the, okay, briefly discuss. We will do in the report. It's a 4 question. Compare the NPV in euros of the regeneration project. Regeneration project. Okay, let's calculate it. Okay, what was the requirement? Let's read it again. Calculate the NPV in euros of the regeneration project when neither the currency swap or the currency option is used to hedge the project cash flow. Compare the NPV. Okay, with option, then with swap and without. Okay, let's solve. Everything is in dollar million, right? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 3 years. Net operating fee 90, 92, 94. Investment 1800 million and the return is 2900. Transfer proceed. Nothing is given in the question. Okay. Nothing is given in the question. Let's assume there is no swap. There is no option. Let's solve it normally. Net cash flows. Sum. $94. This is 94. Now we will write the exchange rate. Exchange rate is dollar over euro. Current exchange rate is 12. And inflations are given. European inflation is dollar inflation is 23 into 1.23 divided by European inflation 1.08. 13.66. And in next year, 1.18 because rate is dollar over euro. So we need to put dollar inflation in the numerator, euro inflation in the denominator. 1.18 divided by 1.02. These are the exchange rate based on purchasing power parity theory. Okay, based on purchasing power parity theory. 12, 13.67, 15.51, 17.94. So you can imagine that dollar is devaluing. Dollar is depreciating. It's a foreign project. You are earning in dollars, but now you have to convert everything into your home currency. So these are dollar and exchange rate is dollar over euro. So you will divide it. Discount rate is given. That is 16%. So NPV will be 16. Select all cash flows from year 1 plus initial investment. 32.98. 32.98. Exchange rate is very simple. Exchange rate is $12 over euro. So first year inflation rate is 23 and 8. Dollar inflation is 23. Euro inflation is 1.08. This will be equal to 13.67. So next year, dollar inflation is 18% and European inflation rate is 4%. That's how you will solve. Okay. Okay, there's a question. What if we discount the cash flow first and then divide with the exchange rate? Why? Why? Please follow the normal procedure. Firstly, you will receive cash flows in your country. Then you will discount. Why there is a need of doing adventure? Yes, this is international investment appraisal plus mixed with the bank. Cash flows are inflation adjusted, yes. It is written inflation adjusted cash flows. That's why we are taking nominal discount rate. Inflation adjusted means inflation is already added. Okay. Quite a negative NPV, right? So let's solve with swap. Copy this whole question below. '90, '92, '94. Okay. Now let's read what is swap. Okay. The board intends to finance the project with a loan, but the treasury manager is concerned about the foreign exchange risk of the project. Mahoney Company Bank has suggested arranging a currency swap. Okay. The swap would be for the initial investment cost with the swap of principal immediately and then a swap back in 3 years' time. Both swap would be at today's spot rate of this. Please read this highlighted part again. The simple meaning of these two lines are, we will go under an agreement that whatever the investment amount today is, we will exchange that investment amount at $12 per euro now and after 3 years. So we will exchange. It is assumed that initial investment amount will be exchanged at $12 per euro now and in 3 years' time. That's it. Okay. Now how to do it? Write the year, net operating fee, investment amount. Now let me change it slightly. Okay. The cash flows in euros. This 1800 will be converted at 12. And this 90 will be converted at normal rate. This 92 will be converted in normal rate. But this 2994 will be divided into two parts. Out of this 2994, 1800 will be converted at the normal rate. Sorry, 1800 will be converted at 12. So here you are paying 150, here you will be receiving 150. 1800 will be converted at swap rate. If you want to show the working, that is okay. If you simply want to write 150, that is also okay, sir. What about the remaining amount? 2994 minus 2994 minus 1800. The remaining amount will be converted at that day spot rate. That is 17.94. 66.55. So for the 1800, you will convert at swap rate, and the remaining amount will be converted at the normal rate. So what are the final cash flows? Okay, these are the final cash flows. Now apply the NPV on this. NPV is 1.17 million negative. This is currency swap. That's it. इस लाइन का मतलब है, let me speak in Urdu और हिंदी. Just give me 1 minute, please. जब भी करेंसी स्वैप आएगा, जितनी अमाउंट आज जिस स्वैप रेट पे कन्वर्ट हो रही है 3 साल बाद उतनी अमाउंट, एग्जैक्टली उतनी अमाउंट उसी स्वैप रेट के ऊपर री एक्सचेंज हो जाएगी। आज 1800 1800 हम कन्वर्ट करें 12 पे, 3 साल बाद जो तुम्हें मर्जी मिल रहा हो लेकिन उसमें से 1800 12 पे ही कन्वर्ट होगा। let me tell you again, the amount, the investment amount 1800 will be exchanged today at 12, and at the end of third year, whatever the total amount, whether we are receiving 5,000, 8,000, 2,994, out of total amount 1800 will be converted at 12. Sir, what about the remaining amount? Remaining amount will be converted at that day spot. Okay. Although answer is still negative, but still better than doing nothing. Still better than doing nothing. Okay. There's a very good question. If conversion generates a loss, it's a loss for us. But here it is giving us the benefit, right? Because we are doing conversion at 12, but market is doing conversion at almost at 18. Currency has depreciated in the market, but the good thing is we are converting at 12. So swap is beneficial for us. Yes, in the third year, you will only convert 1800. Whatever the principal you have exchanged today, the same principal will be exchanged later on. Same principal, same, at the same rate, and remaining at that day rate. Okay. Now, copy this again. Now let's solve with the option. With the option. Okay, 1800, 1992, 94, 2900. So what is the option rate? Option rate is, in option, we have to pay premium at 11 million now in euros. So write in euros cash flows. Premium minus 11. So this will become plus ho jayega. This will be added in the investment. Plus, based on the option premium, which is payable immediately, excise price is 14.1. Sir, on which cash flows? Read this. As an alternative to the currency swap, he suggested using a 3-year currency option for the purposes of hedging the final year 3 cash flows. Whatever the cash flows in year 3, that can be converted at option. But it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. So please tell me whether we use it or not. Okay, go to the question. Will you convert this 2,994 at 17.94 or option 14.1? Which rate you will use? Market rate or option rate? Option rate 14.1. It is assumed that option will be exercised as it is beneficial. Okay. Okay, 6.59. This is correct. But INPV is still negative. And the major cause of NPV, why the NPV is negative? Because of the option premium. Because of the option premium. So by the way, what you will do? Doing nothing will create NPV negative of 33 million. If you do the swap, it will give you the NPV 1.17 million negative. And if you do the option, it will give you NPV of 14.88 million. What derivative you will choose? What you will do? What should be your decision? If you do nothing, NPV is 33 million negative. If we do the swap, NPV is 1.17 million negative. If we do the option, NPV is 14 million negative. What we should do? Other option to advise. Excellent. Any other advice? Do not accept the project. Okay, this is one of the option. Or swap answer is less negative, but still negative. Okay, we will discuss that option premium is involved. Okay. What else? What will you will suggest? Company should do the project? Company को बजट करना चाहिए. Currency option is negative, man. Currency option is 14 million negative. If we do the project and do nothing, 33 million negative. If we use the swap, 1.17 million negative. One answer is, sir, we should not do the project at all. Second is, sir, we should do the project and suggest other options, other ways of hedging. Any add-on benefit, what? What add-on benefit? This is like seriously, this is not a good advice that we should not do the project. This is quite a negative one. Do the project, real option after undertaking the project. This is a very excellent advice, sir. This is also a very positive approach, sir. Our company is involved in large-scale manufacturing company. By doing this project, we will enter into ACCA economy. And this is the first phase. If you read the question carefully, it was written clearly that this is the first phase project. If we able to do this first phase project, we can earn, we can enter into the agreement of other projects as well. So based on this project, we can get the other projects. We can do the expansion. We can enter into a new projects. So if we incorporate the value of those other projects, like a rail option, NPV can be turned into positive. Okay. What other suggestion? Sir, on $12 per euro, our negative NPV is 1 million negative. If we negotiate with the swap agent more and try to get a good deal or slightly lower rate than this $12, our NPV can be a positive number. You can also advise this. Plus, you can also advise this. Based on third year, government is buying this project as 2,900. We should renegotiate with the government and we should increase this 2,900 to more, like 3,000, 3,100, and do the swap as well so that the project turns into positive number. So if you all together dismiss the project, that we should not do the project. This is quite a negative approach. We should do the project, but we have to do all these points. Although project is negative, technically, we should not do the project, but this can be an entry into a new economy. We can get the second phase, third phase projects. We can get the benefit in future projects. So based on real option, the project value can be positive. By renegotiating the swap agreement, project value can be positive. By renegotiating with the government, if we can increase the price above 2,900, project can be turned into positive. Right? This is theory which you have to write in exam. Dekho, remember our golden rule in this world. In your job, never say straightforward no to anyone. Whenever you are writing report, never say like no. This is not kind of a relationship in which you are entering. If someone is asking, let's go on date and you are saying no. Come on, man, you are writing a report. If you are saying no, you have to give the reasons. If you are saying yes, you have to give the reasons. Do not say straightforward no or yes to anyone. If project is positive, never say never write this. Project is positive, we should accept the project. No. Explain it with reason why you are accepting the project. Explain it with reason that why you are rejecting a project even. Are you getting this? Keep the space for part A. What was part A? Why countries might impose protectionist measure. So reasons for protectionist measure, rational. Reasons or rational, both are same word. Okay. These should be your two headings. Number one heading. Number two heading. What is part B? Report for the board of directors. Report to the board of directors. First of all, write the introduction. There is no need to write the subject. You can write it, but our examiner normally don't. So what we have to do the write in the introduction. What we are going to discuss. Advantage or disadvantage. Sorry, this intergroup cash flows. Forward and future discussion. Advantage and disadvantage. Then NPV. Whether currency swap or currency option is a better choice. Assumption. And whether the project should be undertaken or not. Write in the present tense. This report assesses. Always start with this sentence. It's a very favorite sentence of examiner. This report assesses that how Mahoney company undertakes the intra-group multilateral netting transactions. How the divestment proceeds is hedged using forward and future derivatives by comparing both contracts with each other. This report also takes into account the analysis of regeneration project in ACCA using currency swaps and option contracts, assumptions undertaken in project, and decision whether Mahoney should do the project. Okay. This is your introduction part. It should be in the present tense. And whatever you want to explain below, right here. Okay. Now, you will explain this intergroup cash flow multilateral netting, then the divestment of Olivria, and then NPV. Explain everything in heading. Intragroup multilateral netting. This should be your first heading. Okay. Then you will explain what was the next? Hedging of divestment proceeds using future and forward. And third heading would be, what was the name of the project? Regeneration project. Messiah regeneration project. Okay. And what else? The advantage and disadvantage of intergroup balances and comparison. Advantages of netting. Disadvantages of netting. And comparison between future and forward. Okay. And in MSCR, you will discuss analysis of project using options and swaps, then assumptions, and then you will do the conclusion. Okay. These all are your headings. Obviously, we have to do the numerical first because you can't write the report. So let's write one by one. What about the netting? In netting, what we have decided, which company will pay to first? This yes company will pay to the Mahoney, and remaining will be paid to the Livra and Imran. Okay. In Appendix 1, according to netting result, company should pay first to Mahoney company and remaining balance to and Imran company should pay all to. Okay. This is the result. What are the advantages? Intra-group netting will reduce the number of transactions of different currencies and reduce the exposure of all companies into one currency. It will bring down the administration costs and there is no need to do the external hedging. Okay. External hedging and reduce the hedging cost. It will also save time in handling of higher number of transactions. Okay. There's the benefit as well. Right? Reduce net amount transaction, saving transaction costs. Okay, what are the disadvantage? Many jurisdictions still not accepting it. There are certain disadvantages with this mode of transaction. For example, many jurisdictions have not accepted it as a legal way. So in many countries, it may not be allowed. And for audit and compliance, Mahoney may have to do the contracts again because it will not tell you anything. Okay. In this scenario, Mahoney is selling Olivia company. And after sale, whether Olivia will be part of netting or not, that should also be considered. Okay. You have to do the invoicing again. Yes, it's a very good word, cross-border issues can also attract cross-border issues, which are difficult to resolve. Okay. Then you will explain the hedging using forward and future. By the way, what was the answer? In forward 122.37, in future 122.38, almost same. Future contract final answer is marginally better than forward answer. However, it should be considered that future contracts involve basis risk, which may lead to imperfect hedge. As spot may not move in direction of future rate. Okay. And future contracts also involve margin requirements and daily settlement of gain loss using mark to market concept. Which makes it difficult to manage. Forward contract are easy to handle and have no such issues. However, the problem with the forward is you cannot close it early. However, it is mentioned in scenario that final price, the 650 million Brazilian is still in negotiation stage. If contract does not mature, it would be difficult to close forward contract. For future, it is easy. For future, it is easy to close in exchange traded market. If it is clear that Mahoney company will receive this 650 million Brazilian amount, then Mahoney should do the forward contract by doing contract with high credit worthy. Okay. So although future and forward answers are same, but future is difficult to manage. Forward is easy to manage. So that's why we should recommend the forward, because in valuation, there is no such big difference. Okay, there's a very good question that even it is mentioned in the question that basis can be assumed to diminish to zero. Remember, this is just an assumption. In reality, this will never be fulfilled. You will always, always, always write that future contracts can face the basis risk. Can we recommend future contract by linking it to the low default rate risk? Yes, you can recommend the future risk here. It's a subjective. Whatever I have written, this is totally subjective. You can recommend the future, you can recommend the forward, because the answers are almost same, almost same. But future are difficult to manage. I didn't recommend straightforwardly forward. I have written the benefits of future as well. The biggest benefit of future is it can easily close. You can easily take the opposite position and close it. Okay. The default risk is not a big problem now, because if you are doing contract with a high credit worthy company, there would be no default risk. Okay, then you will discuss about the project. I already discussed that if you directly do the project, it is not a beneficial. It will generate a 33 million loss. If you do the swap, it is still better, but still negative. Swap derivative is beneficial compared to the option or compared to do nothing. But the problem with the swap is it is still negative. So in order to improve this, company should renegotiate the swap contract. Company should renegotiate with the MSCI government to increase the amount. Company should look after other derivative techniques if possible, if there is any other. Or company should try to, what else we can do? Company should also apply other methods, scenario analysis and stress scenario analysis and sensitivity analysis to better analyze the project. You can also write this. The problem is, okay, then you will give the conclusion. Okay, you also have to write the assumptions. And in assumptions, whenever you're writing assumption, you can't write simply straightforwardly the assumption. It is assumed that tax rate is constant. It is assumed that these cash flows are constant. No. You have to critically discuss the assumptions. Okay, for example, we can write an assumption here. It is assumed that exchange rates would be exactly as per the prediction of purchasing power parity. These exchange rates are the prediction of purchasing power parity. So you will write an assumption that it is assumed that exchange rates would be as it is as predicted by the purchasing power parity. So this is your assumption. And this is incomplete answer. Also critically discuss it. However, or practically, or in reality, exchange rate are not the 100% prediction of the purchasing power parity. There are other factors which have influence on the exchange rate. For example, government decision. For example, government management on the exchange rate, so supply and demand. So although we are assuming that exchange rate will be as per the prediction, but in reality, this is not the case. In reality, exchange rate can be different. Okay. You do not simply write the assumption, challenge the assumption as well. Okay. Then you can write one more thing. We discussed that point. Although this 1992 or 94 million is the operating fee from the port. If Messiah joined the custom union, this 1992-94 million operating fee can rise. This will increase. This is commercial acumen. Okay, this will increase because this is based on this fee is based on the volume of the trade. Okay. Then in last part, you will give the conclusion. In conclusion, obviously, you will write first statement that based on the financial analysis, we should not accept the project because NPV is negative. However, we should consider the other points as well. Other point is this is the first phase. We should consider the future. We should try to renegotiate our terms with the government as well as with the swap agent. And we also apply the stress analysis and the scenario analysis. After doing this, then we should take the final decision. So that should be your conclusion. Right? We will end the exam. Exit. Answer will appear here in mark. Self mark. Simple answer. This was answer. So let me go to the marking scheme. Okay. Rationale for protectionist measure to protect the unfair industry, unemployment, tax receipt, trade receipt, trade deficit, 3 to 4 marks. Benefit from custom union, economic growth, specialization, economies of scale, 3 to 4 marks. Euro amount owing and owed, 2 marks. Total owing and owed, 2 marks. Net amount, 1. Settlement transaction, 2 marks. Forward 1, buy. If you simply write buy September future, 1 mark. Number of contract, 1. Unexpired basis, 1. Lock-in rate, 1. Forward hedge and final exchange receipt, 1. Advantage and disadvantage multilateral netting, 2 to 3 marks. Hedging method for disposal proceed, 2 to 3 marks. Okay, currency swaps, cash flow year in 3, net present value, currency option. Comparison of currency swap and option, 3 to 4 marks. Discussion of assumption, 3 to 4 marks. Recommendation, 1 to 2 marks. Professional skills, general report format and structure, use of heading, subheading, style, language, and clarity, effectiveness of communication. The way we were preparing the report, we will get 5 marks on the communication. Because if you have prepared the full report, give the proper headings, end the report by conclusion and writing report by, you will get full marks on the communication. Analysis and evaluation, if you explain the data, you will get the marks on analysis. Appropriate use of data to determine suitable calculation. Appropriate use of data to support discussion. Balance appraisal, use of information to support option. So like the way I discuss the forward and future, I will get professional marks on analysis. I didn't write that we should do the future because it is giving higher value. No. I didn't write that we should do the forward because it is giving higher value. I write the pros and cons. So I will get full marks on the analysis. Skepticism. If you challenge the assumption, effective challenge of information, evidence, and assumption, demonstration of the ability to probe into the reason for issues and problem. Okay. Commercial acumen, advice is practical and plausible in the context of Mahoney company situation. Like I ask you, that if the project NPV is negative, what you will do? Then many of you said that, sir, we should not do the project. No. Then I explained that you should give the reason that although project is negative, but if we do this, then the project can become positive. Okay. Effective use of example, calculation from the scenario and information, recognition of external constraints and opportunities as necessary. So you explained that this is the first phase. If in the future phase, if we get more projects, we will get benefit. This is the income generating from the port. If we get into the custom union, we will get more volume. The fee can be higher. So those all are supporting your comment for the commercial acumen. You will get marks on that. Okay, simple. My advice, whenever you are writing theory, it shouldn't be biased theory. Always write pros and cons, pros and cons. Write the plus side, write the negative side. Write the plus side, write the negative side. You will get full marks on the theory, remember. That's how you will write. And you know, what are the possible number in exam 100? You can get 100 marks in AFM. That is possible. Do not make a report on the Excel. Please, it's a humble request. And do not write the advantage and disadvantage into numbers. It should be in paragraph. In report, you will only make paragraph. Where is netting? This is okay. भाई बुलेट पॉइंट क्या होता है? Don't write in the bullet point. कह भी रहा हूँ. Okay, number of contracts are wrong. Lock-in rate is correct. This is not, you will not do, you can't do this in this way. This is wrong. Rest, it is quite okay, but please do not write report in the Excel. And do not write in this way. If you are using bullet points in AFM, remember, those bullet points will become bullets and they will follow you. Okay? And on the result day, those bullets will be in your body. So it's a humble request. Do not write in this way. This is not a report. Okay. This student also write in the Excel. Everything in the Excel, mashallah. This is also negative. Okay. This is okay. 122.37. 38. Excellent. Currency swap. There is something, there is some issue. Okay, 50. Okay. And why your answer is positive? Why you have used the 7% discount rate? It is written as 16%. Oh man, everything was correct except this discount rate. The concept of this student is very clear. And please do not write in this way. Write in a report. Whoever have solved this assignment, the student knows what he is doing or what she is doing. But the problem is you have to write on the word. The report should be on the word. MashaAllah. Another assignment. Report to the board of directors in the Excel. You will directly go to Jannat. You will directly go to Jannah. Angel will open door for you. You are making report, and in the start of the report, you are giving in extra. MashaAllah. Wow. Subhanallah. No rounding off at all. Yes, and Imran will pay this amount to other. Why you are writing this? It is clearly written the amount, the larger the amount you owe, you will pay to that company first, which like which is the lowest receivable. Annexure B. By annexure क्या होता है? Appendix. Appendix. What is annexure? Are you doing audit? There is no need of writing this formula. MashaAllah, sell future, buy future. You have calculated the lock-in rate, and you are comparing the lock-in rate with the opening future to calculate gain or loss. What is annexure C? What are you writing this? Give heading, proper label it. Who will understand? And what is this? 124590298. भाई ये क्या लिख रहे हो? This is readable. This is not. Now it will become readable. You can't read this 125321558. But now you can read this after putting the comma. Please, it's a humble request. Solve the assignment properly. This is not the way of solving it. After doing everything, if you get 49 in exam, you will say, sir, I have done everything. Sir, I had written the theory. Sir, I also made the report. This is the kind of report which you have made, right? If I ask the student, sir, why you got 49? He will say, sir, I made the report even. Where you have made the report? In Excel. Inshallah. Please try to solve these assignments seriously.